So hello, my name's Nikki. I'm a little bit strange. I want to become a storybook. So I've come to Latham Festival of Stories to collect loads. So hopefully I feel a little bit better about myself. Okay, and I found an amazing book in the form of Lisa.
Ah.
So if you can introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah. So my name's Lisa Wigham. I trained as an artist, and that's when I started to make books. I wanted to make books as portable works of art so that I could get my ideas out very quickly, and I wasn't sort of relying on galleries and museums and different institutions to actually produce them for me. So I started to self-publish books, and I love printing and I love materials. So some of my books are here. Some of my earlier books are made using like photocopy machines. So I would handwrite the stories, and then I basically found like more unusual materials for the cover. So this one's got sandpaper on it because I just quite like this very sort of unusual texture to a book. So I'm interested in the way that books can set up expectations for readers. So you look at the outside and it takes you into one train of thought, and then maybe when you open the book you have a surprise waiting for you. So this was a book about woken from sleep, all the different kinds of places and situations that I've been on during travels, and it's a very sort of simple story, just using fragments. And I like to use spaces as well to create kind of pauses, just to give people sort of moment and another surprise.
It's almost like creating suspense
Yes.
through the actual
Yeah,
device.
that's
kind
right.
Of thing,
yeah, because I'm really influenced by films and cinema, and I'd love to be a great filmmaker if I only had the skills and all the people around me to make it happen, because that's quite a big job as well. But with a book you can make it just within a few moments while your train of thought is running, and you maybe have an inspired story in your head. You can very quickly write it down rather than waiting for a machine to make it for you. So I quite like in my workshops to encourage people to just start to use with materials they find in their everyday. So just recycled old envelopes that they may be throwing away, bits of newspaper, cutting and pasting things, and not really waiting for like lots of money or technology in order to make things, just really letting you get your ideas out and trying to express something in the moment.
Wow.
So here, the little tiny text there as well.
The world shrinking wilderness.
So there's a poetic element to a lot of the work I make, and sometimes I collaborate with people who are great wordsmiths, and I made recently a work with this poet, and she produced this beautiful pamphlet book, and this was a war memorial work. So we worked with Lancashire Archives, and we had lots of stories and source material and kind of old documents and reports about people who died on the home front during World War One. And then the writer made this beautiful little pamphlet book that can be taken away, and it's just
In the dark hours of coroner's courts, the writing is too fast. And the name of the poet?
So the poet is called Sarah Hymas.
Sarah Hymas.
Yeah.
I'll have to check out
So
her
it's
work.
sometimes a real privilege to work with people who are really skilled in making poems, and I like to try and sort of offer my kind of techniques for bookmaking and materials, and thinking about kind of setting up interventions and spaces. So most of the books here that I've collected have come from different artists, and some of them are, this is a 3D book. Now this has been made using kind of a computer program, but you actually get a little pair of 3D glasses with the book, so you can kind of experience this beautiful forest. So there's a lovely map in there.
And what I love, like, you know, in terms of this way of thinking of adding texture, adding pause,
Yes.
adding devices such as 3D glasses,
Yes.
turns it into a real adventure.
Exactly.
It can be really visible, but
Yes.
it's not done in, there's no tech involved, it's not
Yes.
digital, it's
Yes,
really
that's
kind
right.
of
Yeah.
allowing you to play whilst,
Yes.
whilst you're absorbing yourself into
Definitely.
something.
I definitely, yeah. I mean, like, just this texture of materials. I think we're always going to need these tactile experiences. You know, it's important for us to embrace both technology, but also to remember the things that we actually have in our day to day that are equally as magical and unexpected.
And this is your, like, magical suitcase by the looks of it,
Yeah, so this travels
inspiration.
all around with me. It's actually an old picnic box that I've picked up at a car boot sale. So this is my kind of
Treasure
portable
trove.
library,
Yeah.
and it gets all around different. I go to libraries, museums, galleries. Different community centres, anyone really who wants to learn about making books. Some people are coming at this from a writing perspective. They want to produce their own novel. They want to write a factual book or a pamphlet or something informative. There's sometimes people with political intent who want to make a pamphlet book to try to share information. And but the real motivation in everybody, I think, is that they have this need to share, and it is a democratic intent when you're making books that are sort of portable, inexpensive, and easy to pass around.
Fantastic. That's really, really interesting, and you know, I'm going to put links
Yes.
to go and check out your
Yeah.
work. So please do, and you
Yes.
do map making,
I do,
workshops.
Yeah, we're
and
about to start
bookmaking,
one here. Yes,
which we're just about to start. So I'm going to let you go.
Yes,
but
thank you.
you know, hopefully we'll get some pictures, and I'll
Yeah.
put up information of how people can contact you.
Thank you so
The
much.
final couple of questions I wanted to ask, I've been asking everyone,
Okay,
is
yeah.
because this blog is for people who are new to like exploring the fictional world,
Yes,
to
yeah,
reading, what
yeah.
book would you recommend? A top
Oh,
tip?
for making work or for just starting out?
Maybe if we can steal two from you, for making work and also
Okay.
for reading for enjoyment.
Right. So for making, I'd just say gather the things that you like, any materials that you like the look of, the smell of, the feel of, bits of paper, things that are thrown away, rummage around in the backs of drawers and junk shops and find things that are surplus to requirement, because they have their own story and they're often laden with lots of unexpected things that you can start from, and it's a good starting point for writing a story perhaps as well, to look at an object that's weathered by experience. And in terms of writing, is that what the second?
What's your favourite book that you would recommend?
My favourite book.
Yeah.
Oh my word! Well, I love children's picture books, and my favourite book, actually, I bought yesterday for a friend of mine. It's called Little Beauty by Anthony Brown, and it is absolute delight when you turn each page. It's a surprise, and it's absolutely wonderful for both children and adults. I think it's equally as enjoyable. So that's my top story tip.
That's great. So don't be shy, even if you're 50, you can still look at children's books.
Yes,
it's fine.
Absolutely.
It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's a lot of humour in there and things that are universal themes. So yeah, let's just enjoy it, really.
That's it.